Well, here we are on I-95 going to Orlando, and you would think that we were going to Orlando to go to Disney World or go to Legoland, but it's something better. It's to pick up Claudia's mom.
Your suegra.
Mi suegra. That's right. If you hear like the background music, that's Leonard watching Carmen Sandiego. Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? For those of you that are of the over 30 age bracket, you may remember that was a show back in the 90s, and it was a game show, but now it's a cartoon on Netflix, and it seems like Carmen Sandiego's good, whereas in the old show she was a thief and we were trying to catch her. So this is a cool little show. It still has the historical geographic aspect of it. So for those of you that have kids, I recommend having your kids watch that because it's a cool show, right? It's like a spy mystery type cartoon show, but it also has like accurate historical slash geographical scenarios and circumstances. So it's educational in that aspect, and it's a thriller. So the kids will like it because it's actually good animation too. So anyways, one thing I love about driving is that it just takes forever to get there. It takes like forever. We're sitting here driving and it's been an hour, and
it feels like we've been in the car all day.
Yeah, it feels like we've been in all day. Here's Claudia driving. It was pajama day at her job,
Yes.
So she got to wear something comfortable.
And the boys
She essentially just got out of bed and went to work. So, and the boys, it was pajama day for the boys, right, boys? Yeah. So that's what's going on for us. For those of you that follow me on my other channel in the sports world, you know that there's been a lot that's been going on in there. So we'll talk about that in a little bit. But I think it was yesterday, Claudia and I were watching this video about the French numerical system between 1 and 100. And then you gotta like do math. It says something like you get to 80, well, you get to 60, and it's the numbers are essentially 40 and 20 put together. I don't know what it is. And then when you get to 80, instead of it being 80 like in English, or 80 or 80.
88.
No, 80.
Oh, sorry, 80.
80 is 80, right?
80. Mm-hmm.
80, right? So which is 80, right? In French, it's 4 20s. 4 vinks. It's four vinks, and then you get to 99. You get to 90, and it's cat vinks. I think. Well, it's 4 20s and a 10. So it's a little. It's like,
there's like three or four numbers.
Yeah, you gotta have 4 numbers.
Yeah.
To talk about one number. Mm-hmm. So thankfully English, at least the easy part of English, it's 90, right?
And then you have 100.
100, which is cien, and I think French it's like cent or something like that. So that was kind of funny listening to that.
Yeah.
Go check it out. You'll be astounded at exactly how they came up with the numbers, and I don't know why. Maybe somebody who speaks French can tell me why, but I have yet to figure out why their number system between 1 and 100 is 3 and 4 numbers put together as one number. So
why they have to put addition into?
Yeah, why you have to put addition into it? I mean, math is already hard as it is.
Right. Oh my
now
gosh,
here's
could you imagine? Could you imagine doing a math number?
Oh yeah, like 90 plus 90 times
like
90.
A written one.
Oh, okay.
A written math question.
Doing all that and like, forget having square roots and fractions. Oh my gosh, that'd be crazy. That'd be a lot of words to say.
I know.
I got a question. So, 1 through 10, right? 1, 2, 10. Or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right? Then you have 11, 11, 12, 12, 3, 13, 4, 14, 14, 5, 15, 6, and 16 is 16. Why are we adding the 10 in? Why can't it be 16 or
Right. Well, you know, I never really understood that, but then you look at the English numbers, and it does change or make it different when you're
once you hit 13.
After 10. After 10, you get
10, 11, 12, 13, 14,
and
15.
with, I think with the Spanish numbers, it kind of becomes similar after 15. So you got 15, and then you got 16, which essentially is like 10 and 6.
So why couldn't they be
7.
6, and then 7, and then 8, and then 9?
I don't know.
Right?
But I can see why
The weird
in
things,
English,
the weird things about the different languages and oh, sorry.
But I can see why in the English numbers, why 11 and 12 are different, because I guess they're preteen numbers, and then you get to 13, 14, 15, all the way to 19, then you get like 20. But in Spanish, I don't know, I guess they start considering us as like teenagers after 15.
I don't know if that's accurate, but and that's your theory on things, right? For those of you that watch our channel, I want you guys to put in the comments below whether or not she should join me in jiu-jitsu.
No.
She says that she doesn't want to do jiu-jitsu because people get sweaty, and she doesn't want other people's sweat being on her. She's like,
just thinking about it, it's.
But I tell her when she's in the middle of rolling, she's not. That's the last thing she's going to be thinking about.
No, I'm gonna be like, ew, your sweat, spit, drool, gross.
No. Well, we're not drooling on each other. That's a little odd.
You have to put your,
I don't know I don't know what jiu-jitsu school you're thinking about.
Well, you know, the boys do jiu-jitsu, and they put their mouth guards on, and oftentimes, I mean, they're really grilling on them teeth, and I get the protection that they need to have with the mouth guard, but sometimes that, like, it could slip out, or that drool is just gonna, I think it's gross. It's gross. And that's what I think about when I think about going to the mat and doing jiu-jitsu. Like, I just think about, like, them, you know, as I'm fighting for my life, them like, just drooling, right? I just, gross.
It's like vampires gonna be trying to bite your neck.
Yeah.
You know, when they say protect your neck, it's not because they have vampires, because they're gonna put you in a chokehold. So no, she's eventually gonna go. I'm gonna win that battle. She will eventually go, but she's just got to get over her fear.
I don't mind training with you. I mean, whatever you learn at jiu-jitsu, bring it home.
No.
And I'll train there.
Because I'm not a good teacher.
I mean, you know, eventually the kids are gonna be, in a couple years, they're gonna be the same height as I am. I'm gonna be training with them.
Look, just because you're 4'11" doesn't mean you go to the kids' class. Okay.
I'd love to go to the kids' class.
So, yeah, so she'll eventually go. We'll win her over.
Yeah.
Put in the comments below. Guess for those of you that are watching, put in the comments when you think that she'll go. Do you think it's going to be in January or in November or December? So it's going to be
when Leonard gets old enough to go to the bigger class so that I can roll with him on the mat.
Yeah, they won't have you rolling with him on the mat, Claudia. So, I mean, in our school, the school I go to, Excel Jiu-Jitsu, they have they have a good diverse group of people. They have women, they have men, and they have all different types of sizes. So I think I'm one of the smaller people in the class, and I think I'm like 160 pounds soaking wet. So and that's cool for me. I get to learn. I'm constantly getting smashed in class because you got people that know more than what I do, or they know more than me, and they are also bigger than me. So I got two things going against me, but it helps me learn. So that's for those of you that are in jiu-jitsu or something that's a martial arts that's active and physical. That's just that's what you learn. You learn better by experience and by getting smashed and learning what not to do. And eventually you start to develop your own way of training and rolling, and then you start developing an offensive. And I'm saying this not because of this is what I think, but this is what people that have been doing it longer have been telling me. So obviously there's wisdom and experience, and people more experienced than me have told me this. So it's cool. Little victories is what I look at. So my last victory last night was I was able to roll 3 times and still had some energy left over. I remember my first class, I rolled once and I was gone. I was gassed. So that's the thing, is you start to learn when to conserve your energy, when to have energy output, learn how to breathe, develop your techniques. So I have a long ways to go, but it's not from what I see, people have been doing it for years and years. It's not something that's learned overnight. It's a lifelong journey, and that's the cool thing about it. And you meet other people that have been doing it, you learn from them. They'll show you something that they put in their repertoire, and they show you and help you grow. And that's the community that you bond with. So it's funny though, you'll notice that everybody has kind of like their go-to technique when they're younger in. So it's just the way it is. So yeah, but she'll go.
No.
She will.
I mean, I love the sport.
So now that I'm putting this, I'm gonna put this all on Facebook, and so all of you guys in Excel Jiu-Jitsu, you make it a point to encourage her to go. And she just feels grossed out. That's it.
I don't know. It's just I think it's great. I think the sport is great. I'm not saying I don't want to do it. I just don't want to do it.
It's sweat on you. That's it. So she's afraid, not afraid of sweat. She's just,
not my sweat.
Germaphobe.
Yeah.
So, but yeah.
Ugh. Just no.
So yeah.
We'll see. No. I can't even.
Yeah, there you go. We'll see. You know what that means? No. We'll see means it will happen. It will happen. So, just time. It's like in class, right? And those of you who take jiu-jitsu, a lot of times you're just wiggling your way in, right? It's not about rushing in sometimes. It's about just easing your way through. And she's easing up the courage and the
no, because you keep talking it up. You keep saying it, and you keep saying, you should do it, and that's how you get me. Is you talk it up so high about, do this, do that, so good, and blah 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 blah, and then I just try it just so that you can stop talking about it.
And what happens?
I say I like it. There's nothing wrong with it.
Yep.
But I don't know that I'm gonna be doing it.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know.
Yep.
We'll
see. She'll go. She may not want to participate in it forever, but it's going a couple times. It's good for women to do because obviously, at least in here in America, there's always the perpetrators out there that are trying to cause harm, and it's a tool for protection. So for those of you that obviously want to learn women's self-defense or whatnot, it's a great tool to have to protect yourself. So that's very valid. You know, just gotta learn it and apply it when it's necessary. So yeah, so that's that on that. So